Hello everyone. I am vlogging, which is weird. I've never vlogged before. But I am so excited to be doing Read the Beats with Jess from This Kiwi. I am so excited. So I could not figure out how to put myself watching Jess's video. For like on the phone. So I'm just going to have it play out and I'm going to interject whenever like she does the songwriting and the talking. So you may see Jess for a wee little bit, but I will be cutting in. Okay, editing James here. No matter what I do, I cannot get Jess's video to come onto my editing software with sound. It's just no sound at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link Jess's video in the description of this video, and I want you to go over and watch that. And then you can come back and after this it's going to have my reactions to each of those. So unfortunately I cannot put the video in here. I've tried everything. I'm so sorry. So I'm actually really excited for this because Robbie Williams is one of, like, I grew up with Robbie Williams. My mum would always play him. I have not yet seen the movie, but I've heard great things about it. It got me so mad when the Americans were like, why does he have a biopic? Like, he's no one. It's like, just because he's not famous in America doesn't mean he's not famous everywhere else, which he is, you know? He's English and I'm Australian and I know who he is. I grew up on him. And I do love this song. I'd never actually seen the music video for it before, so that was interesting. I did go for the original music video and not the one from the movie. So I had never actually sat down and listened to this song fully. I've like heard it in the background. My grandparents are really into like these types of songs. But everyone knows this song. It's played at work over the speakers. And like everyone knows Pink Floyd. So I am excited for this one. I have some ideas. Yeah. I actually hadn't heard this Eminem song before. So this is going to be interesting. I did listen to it. I did like it. I'm not an Eminem like fan. I don't listen to his stuff. But you know, I know he's like a lyrical genius or whatever. Yeah. So the books, haha. This may not. I hope I'm doing the prompts right, is what I'm gonna say. I hope I'm doing them right. So in the music video for Rock DJ, Robbie Williams is taking off his clothes. And then he takes off his skin, and then he takes off his muscles until he's down to his skeleton, dancing while women roller skate around him. And it is in that muscle part that I got the prompt for this, and that is Bloom by Delilah S. Dawson, and that is this guy right there. The muscles being shown reminded me a lot about that little part of the music video, so that is where I am getting this. Is like only 200 pages long. This should be really fast to get through, but it is horror, I think. Yeah, it says horror right there. right there. I'm getting into the horror genre, so hopefully that's good. For another brick in the wall, this I'm only using the school setting as the prompt for this, so like a book set in a school, and that is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. This is book 1 in a trilogy. I do have all 3. I'm not going to read this one. It's a Breakfast Club retelling with a murder mystery. So I'm excited for that. Yeah. And lastly, I could not figure out a prompt for Higher by Eminem. So I just did, it's all, the music video is all in grayscale. So I just chose the greyest book I have, and that's The Spine, and it's A Man Called Ave by Frederick Backman. I do really want to watch the movie with Tom Hanks, because I am currently in the middle of a Tom Hanks binge. So hopefully I am able to read this first and then go off and watch that movie, because I've heard it is really good, both the book and the movie. Yeah. So those are the 3 books. Those are 3 prompts. I shall update as I read, I guess. So I completely bungled the vlog part of this, because I've never vlogged before, so I kept forgetting to vlog as I read. So I'm just going to go through the books that I read and my thoughts and my ratings. Yeah. So the first book was Bloom. This was for Rock DJ. I really enjoyed this book. The descriptions of the food throughout, Rose's obsession with Ash was written incredibly well, and the climax, I did not expect that last chapter to happen the way it did. At one point I thought that Ash roofied Ro, but it was actually a snail that Ash fed Ro. And Rue states at the very end, like, hey, there are all these red flags that I didn't see because this is my first relationship with a woman, and I would have seen them in a man. It just turns out that this one, she was a serial killer and then fed people the meat. And then she cut off Rose's legs to stop her from running away, and then slowly fed her own legs. I had dinner right before finishing this book. I should not have done that. So I knew that there were going to be like cannibal parts in it, just with the way that it was being written and being done, but yeah, I really enjoyed this book. This is a solid 4-star for me. It's very good introduction to horror, because I'm not really a horror fan. I'm trying to get more into it, because it's very subtle horror and then it builds up in the end. And I really enjoyed this, so thank you for actually making me pick this up. So thank you. Next was One of Us is Lying. I did not finish this book. I DNF'd it after 41 pages, and then it was too far into the month that I couldn't pick up another book. So the writing style is just not for me. It's very YA, and I don't like stuff that's like really, really, really modern. And there's 4 points of view in this. and it's all in first person. I strongly believe that if there are 3 or more point of views in a book, it needs to be written in third person, because otherwise it just gets so confusing as to who you are actually in the point of view of. But that was, I prefer third person, and the other 2 books in this were third person. And I do believe first person can be done well. This was not done well. And I could tell in the first 40 pages. Also, the way that the dude died. It's like, what? It's like an allergic reaction of peanut oil in a water fountain during detention because someone planted phones in their fucking backpacks. It's like, what? And there were no EpiPens in the nurse's office, which obviously they were stolen. So, yeah. It's like, that's the way the dude was murdered. No. And from what I could, like, I saw all 4 point of views in the 40 pages, and it was all the same voice. There was no difference between them, so that made it even harder for me to remember, hey, this is who I'm in. And also, with first person, when there's multiple point of views, you start every different point of view with a new chapter. You do not, as this one does, start a new one halfway through the chapter. That's just stupid. It's like, no. So I DNF'd. I am going to give this book away, and my other 2 books, the other 2 in this, because I'm not going to pick it up again. Yeah. And that's my thoughts on it. And the last one was A Man Called Ove by Frederick Backman. I really enjoyed this. I listened to the audiobook of this, and it was absolutely amazing. The cantankerous old man with old world views, slowly getting better throughout the story as people like force themselves into his life. Juxtaposed with his life up to that moment, and it's like why he's like this, him meeting his wife dying. It was fantastic, and I am, like, right after this and right after I finish editing it, I'm going to watch A Man Called Otto, which is the movie. Now, it's a movie adaptation of this. I know there's, like, an actual A Man Called Ove movie, but I think that's only in Swedish, and I don't speak Swedish. Plus, Tom Hanks, he's great. I am currently going through watching all of his movies, slowly. But throughout the book is just, he's trying to take his own life because his wife is dead and he's lost his job, and he was like, I have no point to go on. And people just keep interrupting him, and it's so good. And he ends up living several years longer, and it's great, and I absolutely adore this book. I think everyone should read it. It's so good. And this is a 5-star read for me. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. Also, I told my mum to read this, and she was like, that sounds like Afterlife with Ricky Gervais. So I hope that movie didn't take from this. So, yeah. Because Ricky Gervais sucks, so, yeah. So that's all 3 of these. I I did this really badly. I apologize, Jess. After I accepted, my work kind of got crazy and it was very all over the place this month. If I had the time, I would have chosen another book for One of Us is Lying. But, you know, it is what it is. Thank you so much for asking me to do this. Sorry I did it badly. And I can't wait to see your video. Bye!